Welcome back, everybody. Big Plays Podcast, episode 14
Hey,
coming at you. We had an exciting weekend of sports. We were off last week. We thank you for your patience waiting for us. People are taking vacations left and right. Jerome, you don't see him here right now. It's because he's taking a 2 week vacation. He's got it like that. Good for him. God bless him. We'll see you next week, Jerome. Uh, moving on. Some of you may have noticed that Big Plays was tweeting out some big stuff this weekend. Some like maybe we told you that your friends were mushes, and we told you that you should listen to our advice, and from our very own Joe Casello over here, and he gave it he gave it to us good, very well thought out statement. Just a series of bad luck. 0 for 5. Joey, what do you have to say for yourself and the masses of money that all of our millions of followers have lost? Because we're
Listen, listen. I'm gonna defend myself. The
Hmm.
UFC and fighting in general, especially when you're talking about larger men, is the most unpredictable sport in the planet. So I consider myself to be very knowledgeable in that field. That's probably the sport I know the most about. I understand fighting. I understand who does what in what division. I got it pretty much down pretty good. But the sport as a whole is incredibly unpredictable. Herbert Burns was a minus 390 favorite and got smashed in the first round. I mean, how am I supposed to predict that one? You know, Junior Dos
Can't.
Santos is dominating the fight. Looks like great on his feet. Looks incredible. But Rosenstruck is a 250-pound man. So if he touches you, you get knocked out. And that's what happened. Sean O'Malley breaks his own foot. I can't predict that. The guy broke his own foot. And the main event was awesome. Credit to Stipe Miocic, but there was also an eye poke that took DC out of that fight. No excuses. I had a tough night. My wild's hurting this morning. But we'll be back. We'll be back.
all right. Well, listen, Joe. I think Rice's fish tank is on in the background, and
Hmm.
I hear you covering it over there. Um, I don't blame you. Listen, I read the article you sent me right before we threw it up. It was well thought out. You're an absolute unit when it comes to picking these fights. Just unfortunately, that's the sporting world. Sports betting never quite goes the way you think it's always gonna go. We had a series of bad luck those
Listen,
last two fights. But it is what it is. Uh, moving.
listen.
Go ahead.
It's not just the UFC. It's not just the
It's all
UFC.
sports. It's all
I am
sports.
cold. I'm cold everywhere right now. I can't win a bet for my life right now.
I'll tell you right
It
I'm
now.
about
happens
to
to
be
the best
broke
of
out
us.
here.
Some of the best
Happens
betting
to the
that's
best of
happening
us.
right now, some of the best betting is taking the overs in these NBA games. And congratulations to all the teams
Bro,
that
I got
made
the
the.
over on the Mets game tonight.
Oh, I would not. They're
No,
playing
no,
right now.
they're good. Hold
They're
on,
doing
let
now.
me give you a
Yeah,
live update.
they're doing it right
5 to
now.
1 in the fourth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. But yeah,
I mean,
congratulations to all the
9.5
NBA
rounds.
players. All that jazz. Playoffs are always exciting. We'll see if the overs keep coming out. We'll see if the high scoring games keep coming out. I can imagine some of the teams tightening it up, playing a little bit more defensively now that they've made it into the playoffs. Pretty great that the
Dude,
Portland
playoff basketball is
Trailblazers.
awesome.
Yeah, it's super exciting. Like personally, it playoff basketball is the closest thing that takes me to like March Madness. March Madness is my favorite kind of basketball. Those kids are playing their hearts out.
Really.
Of course.
It's sports at its finest. And speaking of NCAA, football. They're thinking and they're thinking about canceling their seasons. Do I think they should? For safety reasons, they could. But I think what they should do is they should come up with some type of waiver system where if the players want to play, because this at the end of the day, it's the players' livelihood. Like there's a lot of talent out there, and they want to prove themselves, and they want to go to the pros, and they want to make their money, and they want to take care of their families.
Right.
They're regular people, and they deserve that shot. So unless you're gonna like extend it, because the players get older, and as they get older, they're still going through school, so they have this opportunity now, when they're at their peak, to make impressions. And I think if you get some type of waiver involved, you sign it saying I'm responsible for myself, because that's what it is. That's the colleges don't want to be responsible for people getting sick, and infecting other people, which is fine, and that's totally understandable. But like to a certain extent, these players they want to play. They want to play. I said just let them sign something,
Right.
let them go out on the
And it's
field.
a
You know.
It's a
their life.
shame for the kids playing in smaller schools
Yeah.
where they would have a great season, but their school isn't gonna choose to play. They won't
Mhm.
get any eyes on them, and they'll never get into the pros
Yeah. Go ahead, Joe.
just because of
Oh yeah.
this.
Mhm.
I was fortunate enough to play Division III baseball. So when I was a senior, the freshmen who I played with, they just lost their senior year of baseball, so they didn't get the opportunity to have their senior year. And a lot of those guys who I played ball with are going back to college just to pursue a master's degree, not so much because they care so much about the education,
I
but
want to
their
play.
passion towards the sport that they're dedicated to. So a lot of them are going back for the potential to play a sport, and they don't even know if it's happening or not, and they're getting master's degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's it's unfortunately COVID's affecting the entire world. Like, we have to be blind to the fact that
of
we're saying
course.
it's not affecting everybody. It is affecting everybody. But when it comes down to the sports world, you do want to see, everybody wants sports. They want a little bit of distraction from the day. They want that entertainment factor. That's what it's all about. Uh, look at the NFL. You had a lot of guys opt out. They're still able to opt out. But training camp kicking back up. Everyone's taking the proper precautions. Not too many cases have come out in the NFL. A couple injuries this week. Notable one, Gerald McCoy on the Cowboys. They're saying it's like big.
It's a big one.
I just think they're blowing it up a little bit today, just because it's like the only real sports news that's happened like over the weekend, minus the
It is.
fights.
It's nice to see players back in pads practicing.
Yeah.
It does give me a little more excitement for the season.
Yeah, not a
You gotta
sponsor,
love
but
football.
HBO Hard Knocks. You're getting both the Chargers and the Rams, Los Angeles this year, and it's just an exciting thing to watch. Get that behind the scenes thing. I've been a fan of Hard Knocks for a while, uh, probably for the last 12 years,
Great show.
and they've had some ups and downs. Sometimes they do it really well, sometimes they do it bad. But I'm really listen. They're giving Aaron Donald the spotlight, and it's great because he
Yeah.
is like like unrealistically crazy looking. Like he's just like he just walks around. He's
Best in the
just
game right
solid
now.
muscle. He's solid muscle. The guy like takes his shirt off. He's like boom. Like it's insane. It's funny. It's good. It's exactly what you want from Hard Knocks. Yeah, like him right there. Yeah, almost like solid. But yeah,
Can we go
baseball.
back to the college thing for one
Get it?
second?
Yeah, hit it with it.
So, I think it's going to be really difficult for college programs to pull off the season with all of the restrictions from COVID. But to counter argue it, Joe Burrows has been pretty vocal. Joe Burrows really only had a senior season at LSU.
Yeah,
And with that
Right.
one season, he proved himself to be the best player in
in the
all of
draft.
college
Mhm.
football and earned himself a number one draft position. He goes, if I didn't play my senior year, I would have no career in this sport. So it's crazy for the people who are missing opportunities in
Yeah.
that aspect. Like Joe Burrows is a rare example. You don't really see that happen too often. But there are guys who prove themselves in their senior year. Look at Cardell Jones. He filled in for Ohio State in a bowl game, had a great game, and earned himself a career that way.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
that's
happens
true.
more often than you think. Players get a chance to step up and prove themselves, and they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that they won't get a chance,
Yeah.
or might
That
not
is
get a
true.
chance.
Whereas something like, and then opposite situation, Trevor Lawrence, kind of proved his worth already a little bit, and he was already getting looks. So maybe this doesn't affect him as much, but he still wants to play because he wants to show everybody what he's all about. So, there are guys that are already on the radar, but for the guys that are
Yeah.
floating under it, that really are talented, it's hurting them a lot. And I think they deserve their
It's
shot.
also your most memorable year of college athletics. Your senior year is what you play your whole time for. Like
Yeah.
I remember that was the season that it was probably the most fun I ever had, and that was probably the least successful our baseball program was my senior year. But it was still one of the most fun years we had because we were the ones running the show. Like
Yeah.
it's our team.
It's an
Right.
emotional time too, because that's it. That's potentially the last time you play right there and then. It is what it is. You put it all out on the line.
My last ever Kobe game was at rain out.
Yeah,
Oh
that
man,
sucks.
And that's
that's
sad.
rough.
Yeah, it's sad.
I remember that too. Ah, but
Yeah, it's tough day. I
All
did
right.
graduate college that day, so pros and cons.
All right.
Job,
I'll take it. You got your
sports,
diploma.
sports, sports.
Yeah. But I mean, freaking Des Bryant working out for the Ravens.
That's exciting.
That's pretty big.
You had mentioned earlier today, Rice, when you messaged me. He is not that old. The guy could probably still play. Uh, but why the Ravens? Hear me out. Just like the Ravens already have
Okay.
young, explosive talent on that field.
Right.
Why would they bring in a veteran receiver? Like Des Bryant. I can understand, maybe getting a different, like maybe going after Alshon Jeffries, who's already still in the game, but get another good veteran at the position. But why Des Bryant? Why come out of retirement? Why go to the Ravens? Why all this interest? Is Des Bryant just trying to prove something because Jerry Jeudy took number 88 and now But it's two different things.
CD Lamb over there.
I said Jerry Jeudy, didn't I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
C.D. Lamb, my
he
fault.
did.
Yeah, C.D. Lamb took 88.
Yeah.
Jerry Judy just on my brain because I was listening to sports radio earlier today. Also not a sponsor. WFAN, big fan. New York. Boomer, if you hear me,
Oh man.
come on the show. Um,
Long time listener, first time caller.
but like, there's a lot of people, also hyping up. I was thinking about Jerry Jeudy because there's a lot of people hyping up the Broncos recently. With the team is good and it's there, but
Yeah.
it's really just a questionable play at quarterback, which is we've discussed before. But all right, back to Des Bryant. Why do you guys think Des
Here's the
Bryant's
question,
trying to
Mark.
come out of retirement?
I mean, when
Go
he
ahead.
was playing, he was good. That's it. And then he didn't get what he wanted in Dallas,
Okay.
and unfortunately, he got injured last season with the Saints, right? I believe. So he never really got to show himself. But I feel like he could still do what he's got to do on the field, and having that veteran presence, I think, could also help bolster the rookies, or not rookies, young blood on the team.
Okay.
So
All right.
I think it would just be a good move in general to have him there.
I think the other reason is that Baltimore doesn't have a clear number one wideout. You have Hollywood Brown over there, but
He looks
a
good.
lot of
though.
their game is Lamar Jackson being crafty, and they also run game and Mark Ingram. Like if they could expand and then get a massive guy like this is a big dude. He's not just your regular
The man's
slot,
got
but you put him on the outside.
he got
and you put him up
hands.
to Lamar's arms. I think it just optimizes that offense even further. So having a guy as talented and as capable as Des Bryant could be extremely beneficial for them. And if things don't go that well, they could easily just turn away from it. It's not a problem for
Right.
them to get rid of the idea.
Okay. So
He'd
one
be a
last
nice
question.
red zone target.
All right. One last question about Des Bryant. Did he catch that ball?
Oh, of course.
Like now, yes,
Of course he caught the ball.
definitely.
Nah, he didn't catch it.
He made a football move.
Nah. The refs are right. They made a good call.
Frank.
No.
Sorry,
Come
Dallas.
on.
Frank. I consider you to be an intelligent football fan.
I'm sorry.
And I'm biased.
That's like saying Tom Brady never cheated. Like Tom Brady never cheated. But he's got 6 rings, right? So obviously he didn't cheat.
Kind of related to Tom Brady. You see, Gronk's a little struggling over there with the Heat in Tampa.
He's dying. He's sweating his. Wait, first of all, let's just talk about Gronk real quick. This guy comes back out of retirement. Comes out of retirement, right? He's a fucking animal. He's insanely big. These
Yeah.
listen, whatever cycles they're hitting and they're timing it up just right to get big before the season, and they're not getting caught. You want to say these players aren't juiced up, dude?
You're saying they're juicing?
Oh my god, dude, Gronk was
They're juicing?
30. I know muscle memory. I'm aware of the argument of muscle memory, and you start working
Right.
back out and your body kicks
He's been
into it
working out
again.
his whole life.
Yeah, but Gronk is unrealistically big, man. He came back to almost full form. He's gonna be a top tight end this year, unfortunately, again, which is nuts.
Frank, it's because he's healthy. He's not going through these crazy
I
football
know.
camps. He took a year or two off
I know.
where he's able to regain that health.
He's
and
got
able
all
to
that
work out like
CBD
he
in his
used to.
body. He's got all that CBD.
Right, baby. Good stuff.
But I mean, all you want to talk about big too. Daniel Jones put on 10 pounds of muscle. They did a side by side comparison shot of him today early on the news. Whew. I'm telling you,
Not gonna
Daniel
matter.
Jones looks like he's on the juice. Listen. I haven't seen a photo of Christian McCaffrey this year, but every year, in and out, from training camp, Christian McCaffrey is maxed out, and then some way like week 2, week 3, he looks a little smaller. So like obviously at the end of his
Because
cycle,
he's around bigger men.
yeah,
That's
he
what it
is
is.
so yeah. Those guys are crazy. I mean, listen, they're athletes, right? They're the best. They're the best in the world at what they do. So more power to them.
Yeah.
But damn, I had my train of thought on.
Also,
Go ahead.
I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm loving what I'm seeing from football in general. Watching all the little clips and the pictures that they showed from the Colts training camp and the Jets training camp, and man, it gets me pumped up. It gets me hyped up for the season.
Yeah.
Philip Rivers is saying he loves throwing a T.Y. Hilton, and I'm like, oh my god.
See now, if Jerome was here,
Just
he'd
do
hit you
it
with
successfully.
the. Really? Are you insane? Like Philip Rivers? Philip Rivers ain't gonna do shit.
Don't matter.
And I'm
Listen.
like,
I'm
listen, it's not me, but like if I was Jerome right now, he'd give you the look, and he'd just be like, you out of your fucking
I get
mind
it.
talking
I get
Philip
it.
Rivers, like really, like you
Philip
excited
Rivers
for Philip
sucked
Rivers
last year.
last
He
year?
did.
It's been a minute.
But I'm jumping on the hype
Know how it
train.
goes?
I am.
Mets just scored. Let's go.
You want to
Okay.
know how it would go if Rome was here?
Go ahead, hit it with
Go.
them.
You go,
Shoot.
Rice. Let me talk, Rice. Right. Philip Rivers, you see this? That's the red flag. You see this? Philip Rivers is not good at football.
That's true. That's
I
good
love
shit.
that shit. I love that shit.
He's the best. He's hilarious. We miss him this week. We miss him. Enjoy your vacation, Jerome. He'll be back next week. Damn, I had a good question for you guys. Oh, I remember the question. There it is. We were just talking about
Shoot.
Des Bryant. Real quick, if you guys had to bring back one wide receiver that had retired in the last 10 years, who would you bring back?
Easy.
Chad
Easy.
Ochocinco?
Hell yeah! Oh my
No.
god!
Hey, we're talking about people who left too early. What are
I
you
wasn't
talking about?
even thinking about him.
No, wide
Wait,
receiver.
do they
Wide
come back
receiver
in their
position.
prime? Do they come back in their prime?
Easy.
No, they come back now.
Oh, I don't think any of them.
No, there's plenty. There's two good answers.
Go ahead.
Who?
Calvin Johnson,
Calvin Johnson. All right.
Megatron.
Now?
I bet you
Mhm.
Megatron
I
came
don't
back
know.
now. And I'd say
I don't know.
Andre Johnson as well.
Okay.
No, I don't say Andre Johnson. He kind of shit the bed the last couple.
Calvin for sure.
Seasons
Though.
in the
Megatron
league.
coming back would still be a beast.
Megatron would probably still be a beast. I can agree with that. Definitely retired a little too early for my liking. All right, so I know this question. I know Rice's answer, but like players that did retire too early that you wish were still around. Whether they retired recently or whether they retired, whenever. Personally, Luke Kuechly, I love the man. I'm happy he's still with the Panthers, with the organization, helping them out. But I think, I'm gonna miss that game from him. I'm gonna miss his game. He played the position so well at linebacker. Seemed like just like Patrick Willis. I thought it was too early, but listen, they had health reasons and they wanted to get
Yeah.
out. And you know what? Good for them. They're taking care of
They were
themselves and
smart.
their family. Yeah,
They
were
were
smart
smart.
about it. Yeah. I know Rice's answer
Yeah.
right out the gate. Andrew Luck. You don't even have to answer him. You can talk about it if you
Andrew
want.
Luck, yeah.
You want Andrew Luck to come back?
So depressing. I would take him back in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
I
you
would sell my soul for
Yeah.
Andrew Luck to come
See,
back.
now your Philip Rivers talks makes you upset, right? Go ahead, Joe.
If the devil was listening, I would say I'll sell my soul right now.
Oh, he's listening. He's a follower.
Right now.
Joe, one play you could bring back?
I mean, you got to give a little shout out to Shaolin, baby, to Staten Island. I would say Stephen Gregory, defensive player for the New England Patriots,
Okay.
won a Super Bowl, retired in his mid-20s, and he's healthy and has Super Bowl, so good for him. But I loved watching him play, man. He's a Staten Island guy, so respect to that.
All right. Shout out. Big fan. Hometown. All right. Well, I think we could wrap this up a little bit. Interestingly enough, next week Jerome will be back. and we're gonna start getting into the fantasy aspect of everything. So
Now I'm
that'll be
thinking about
really
Andrew
exciting.
Luck.
Now you think about Andrew Luck fantasy, I know. We're gonna
Bro,
start.
it's right around the corner, baby.
Yeah,
Excited for that.
fan
Yeah.
like our league. Rice. I don't know if
Looking
you
at the
wanna
future champ.
I don't know
Right
if you wanna
here.
give the fans a little brief insight to our league, maybe the name of our league, why we started it, all that jazz. But go ahead, because Rice is the commissioner
That's my
Yeah, I
of the
mean,
greatest fantasy football league
I am the
ever.
commissioner.
Yes, okay. I'll
We
just
got
say
our trophy, the Baba Booey.
that's it. Baba Booey.
What?
No, I said that's it. The Baba Booey, baby. That's what it's all about.
I lost you guys.
It's sitting
I
in.
can't hear.
It's you're out. No, you're here. Don't worry, you fix it. But listen, Baba Booey. It's our baby. We've had this league going for 8 straight, I think. We got a 3-time champion in the league. I know he's not listening. He should be listening. Little bitch, I'm coming for you this year. I'm gonna fucking scrub you in the fucking championship. Vito, big shout out to the 3-time. I was told to say that. Got a little mishap with Rice here, but that's okay because it's the end of the episode. We're gonna be bringing out fantasy content to you guys. Big plays is all about making big plays. Welcome back, and and
Rice came back and he's what is it made of?
yeah, that's some good lighting in that room.
Andrew Luck's coming back.
That's what
Andrew Luck's coming back. Ah!
Okay, so Big Plays Podcast.
Oh.
We're doing fantasy sports for the next couple of weeks. We're giving you our boom or bust. We're telling you who to take, when you should be taking them. We're going to do breakdowns for 6-player leagues, 8-player leagues, 10-player leagues, 12-player leagues, not even 14-player leagues because 14 is way too much. You don't have that many friends anyway. Let's be real. After 25, you have about 4 friends. So we're coming at you next couple of weeks. It's going to be strictly fantasy to get you guys in tune for your own fantasy drafts. Baba Booey's approaching us, boys. I'm going to win it this year. Just put it in the books. We'll come back to this right here, and we'll just read it. And I'm already I'm going to be the champ. That's how it is. Listen, love you guys. Love Big Plays. Follow us. Subscribe to us. Like us. Leave a comment.
Frankie,
go on social media. Listen to Joey's One More Thing. Go ahead.
Before we peace out, to the guy who put all this shit together, happy birthday, Frankie. We appreciate you doing everything that you do for this channel.
Thank you.
And running the YouTube channel, getting all the recording setting on Discord. We love you and we appreciate everything you do. So happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you guys. 28 years
Big
young. 28 years young. I got about 18 years of fantasy knowledge under this belt. I'm not saying it's great, but I make it to the finals all the time. Do I win them? No, maybe not. But my work league last year, I kind of crushed those guys. I know I got a couple of guys at work that watch this, and listen, I'm coming back. Danny already asked me today. He goes, "You in?" I'm like, "I'm in." Live draft, online draft, don't matter. I'll be there. Champ is there. Big plays, baby. Big plays. That's what we're all about.
Big plays.
Everyone stay good. Stay healthy. Love you all. Peace and love, baby.